Hey guys, it's John with Orange Modworks. I'm just going to go over a few of the problems we've been noticing with Kit 2 installation and some easy fixes for some of them. First of all, a lot of you have wondered about installing the bolt sled lock onto the metal bolt sled. We have re-drilled most of these screw holes. If you were someone who got one before they were re-drilled, to fix that, it's a 5/64 inch drill bit, or you can just send it back and we'll do it. Another issue you guys have been having is the magazines haven't been seating correctly, and we found that there are actually a few different Recon body types in the current generation of Nerf Recons. A good way to tell them apart is that some have a removable lanyard hole here. The ones with the removable hole have been giving us more problems than the ones without it. These are the newer ones with the fixed lanyard loop, and if for whatever reason your magazine isn't seating in this model, most of the time we found that if you just pull back on the priming handle as you insert it, it will seat properly, and we think this is due to the increased spring tension pushing forward on the whole trigger catch assembly and making everything sit a little closer forward. Oh yeah, and if you have one like this, where just simply pulling back on the handle doesn't do it, you can see where it hits right here. This is about, and it causes that jamming issue. What we've done here is shaved off the lip of the magazine at just a very slight angle, just enough to slip right over the mouth of the breech. And to do that, you use a small file or sandpaper. It's really quick. You just hit it at an angle and clean that up right there. If you're having this problem, you'll notice the breech will put marks in your magazine, and by observing those marks and shaving down the plastic to where they are no longer present, that's all I need to do to fix that. Let's see. Oh, another issue, which I haven't been able to replicate this one, but we've gotten a few complaints about the plunger being too wide, and we think that this is mainly in the clear Recons because the back plate is smaller on the inside. That's our guess right now. Another issue is that when you insert the back plate, it can move around or not seat correctly, and then the bottom of the plunger will scrape on one of these edges, as you can see here. Now when I noticed that, I took it apart, sort of shook this around, put it all back together, and that problem was gone. What else? Oh yeah, another thing. Some people have been complaining about the spring scraping, and we're sorry about that, but some of our newer springs, like the latest batch, have a burr that is present right here, where some of the metal sort of hangs inward, and it's usually on one side. If it's on both, you can shave it down a little bit with some sandpaper, or simply turn the spring around so the burr side is up against the plunger. That way it's stationary and not rubbing up and down on your plunger tube. Okay, another issue is some people have questioned the O-ring and its seal, and this being too stiff and not wanting to move. The fix for this is to use a lot of grease. Don't be afraid to use as much as possible. Like, you can't really have too much. Like, look at this. And an easy way to do that is to only put a little bit on the O-ring, but put some on your finger and grease the inside of the plunger. And that way you'll get a good even coverage. And the suction. There's another issue where the suction on the streamlined darts is so extreme that when you rack your slide forward and let go, it actually jumps back an inch or two due to the dart creating a vacuum inside the breech. And to fix that, and it will reduce your performance if you fire with the slide in this position. So you can either hold it forward to fire, or go ahead and install this lock, which is what it was designed to do in the first place. But if you do install this, you lose the ability to decock your blaster, so just be careful not to dry fire too much. We've gotten reports about the stock streamlines jamming too often during the priming process, and that is partially due to the fact that there's a pad sitting back here now which moves the mouth of the breech a little forward, where the darts get caught right here. Now they will feed. It seems to be the case mainly when old streamlines are being used. And let's see, right here, where I colored it in Sharpie right there, where the back of the streamlines are being pressed down into the magazine, causing them to cant upwards and getting stuck on the dart tooth. A quick fix for that is to file and widen the mouth, but if you're using custom darts, I would not recommend doing that because custom darts are shorter and you will get that suction feed. So it works great with custom darts, or if you shorten your streamlines for better balance. But if you're using old stock streamlines, you may want to go ahead and just widen this just a little bit up in there. Alright guys, that's it for now. The troubleshooting and help guides are going to be a work in progress, so if you notice anything else, feel free to shoot us an email. Videos and pictures are always welcome, and don't forget to check out the forums for more tips. We have some really helpful members online that will take the time to give you a hand. Thanks a lot. See ya.